Laguna's only FM, KX 93.5.
KX 93.5, Laguna's only FM radio station, and I'm going to step back, and we're going to hear a little of that pipeline sequence. Go ahead.
Whose part's what?
Okay, I'm ready.
Beautiful. Woo! Well, in case you don't know, that's Honk. The creators, the producers, the songwriters of that song. I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves very quickly. Richard, starting with you.
Beth, this is Steve.
How do you do, Steve?
That was Richard. And then, of course, there's Beth. Beth, you want to say good morning,
Richard,
Beth?
Steve, Richard, Scott.
Oh, okay. Everybody knows each other. And, of course, Steve Wood.
And I'm Steve.
Yeah.
I'm the serious one.
I just wanted people getting familiar with your voices so they knew who was speaking, etc.
I'm the
We're bonk.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Pipeline Sequence, heralded as one of the best soundtracks, or I guess from the Five Summer Stories, one of the best soundtracks from one of the best surf movies ever made. Pipeline Sequence, I remember this growing up. It was an incredible song. It's sort of really defined in some ways the surf music genre, and I'm curious just sort of how you guys came to either write and or produce this song and this sort of, honestly, this back and forth guitar organ, was it?
Yes.
On the original, which, isn't done that often.
Yeah. We basically were hired to make music for this movie. Greg McGillivray, who was, a local guy as well, making surf movies, and he wanted local music. And some of us were surfers, but we didn't really define ourselves as surf music. And so we didn't really imitate what we thought is surf music, but we were hired to make instrumental music for a surf movie. And basically we got a yellow legal pad. It said we need 5 minutes of music for Pipeline Sequence, and it went down the list of all these different things to do. So it was just a kind of a natural thing of us making up stuff that we thought might be appropriate and what flowed naturally out of us. And so I think it's interesting in that it's seen as surf music, but we didn't think of it as surf music. I think it just captured a time and a place, the 70s here in Laguna, which really overarching view of surfing in general. And for a lot of people, it defines surfing because I think we captured some essence of it without really trying to, because it just was a natural emanation from us.
It's a good point, because we didn't really think about it that much at the time, but when I would think about surf music, I would think of guys like the Ventures or Dick Dale, or which of course was groundbreaking at the time and all the other stuff too. But I think around the 70s, as I was seeing, I was one of the guys that didn't surf, so I was sort of seeing it from the outside. But it seemed as if that Greg's film was about a different kind of surfing, and so when the music sort of organically, if I can use that word, was made to go, by the guys, it also seemed to be like a little bit of a different type of surf music, at least in my mind. It didn't sound like we're going to play like Walk Don't Run or something like that. It was more just, well, let's just make some music that goes along with this sequence in the film, which is what sequence means in Pipeline Sequence, and so. It seemed to match in that way. It seemed to sort of hook up. And
I guess it
resonated.
It definitely resonated. And creatively, you guys just sort of got in a studio and started creating the sound?
Hotel rooms.
Hotel room studio.
I think the goal on Pipeline was to take less time to write it than it would take to play it.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished.
Hey, but anybody who grew up in the 70s or was around here in the 70s, and when that film came out and that soundtrack came out, I mean, that's an iconic film and soundtrack and song. Don't you agree?
It turned out to be that way.
Yeah.
I mean,
now we would agree.
Yeah, but just like so many things that you ever hear about or read about, usually when you go into it, you're not really thinking in those terms.
Yeah.
It's just if you happen to be lucky enough for the
IED
to go off next to you there.
Yeah, right.
I was going to say IUD, but I know that's not an explosive device.
Hey, we got our instruments in here. We're ready to play. A couple of background notes here. You guys toured back then with the Beach Boys. I did my research on this.
Yeah.
Ike and Tina Turner, Jackson Brown, Loggins and Messina, Dave Mason. These are huge bands and names. That must have been a great time for you guys during that period, Beth.
Yeah, it
Yeah?
was.
Take it, Beth.
I used up all my fun in that couple of years,
Yeah. You guys were
It
on
was
tour
great.
for like 2 or 3 years, would you say?
Just
Or
about-
Well, it was for the Beach Boys, for example. It was like a couple of eight-week tours back to
wow.
back. There's a little time off in between, but we did a lot of playing before then too. Those were in the days where it wasn't like you played one set and then got out of there. We would play like. I think when I joined the band,
Yeah.
we did like 23 nights or something in
in
a row,
yeah.
downtown.
And it was
Wow.
4 hours.
Yeah,
4-hour
4
nights.
hours. And,
Wow.
and like
4
playing all the time. No.
Yeah.
All the time. And,
I mean, I
and
was-
practicing all day, every day. You know,
Yeah,
so
and it was a real practicing band.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
And we all lived together in the same house complex out in Big Bend by Langlois out there on the in the canyon. So we spent a lot of time together, and on the road it was the same thing. You know, we were just it was like go every night. We were playing. As it ended up, they were like hockey rinks, 25,000.
Yeah.
A night, like 4 nights a week, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And traveling. So, but it was a gas. I
Yeah.
mean, it was
really
you're
fun.
just living your life out there.
Yeah.
At that time. There wasn't anybody else.
All right. Hey, another song that came out of that time period was a song called "Don't Let Your Goodbye Stand." Richard, this was one of your songs, I believe, and it was a successful song. And by the way, it's a beautiful song. And so this is Honk playing "Don't Let Your Goodbye Stand."
Did you get that at a toy store?
My father.
Your changing can't include me. It was a matter of time and fear. 'Cause I hear most regularly at the turning of the year. The young man getting older was sincere, much too dry. I'll understand if I can't hold you, and I won't shed tears I'll cry. But would you steal from a dying man? Love from an outstretched hand, upsets no prior plan. Don't let your goodbye stand.
Don't let your goodbye stand. And don't let your goodbye stand.
You can have the better of me at your game and at your rules. I'll concede to labels gladly as your worn affection cools. But don't put me out to pasture, then you're lying eyes to me. And true, it just won't last. Your borrowed time assuages need. Tell me about your brand new loom and your shopping trips to town. But don't let conversation leave no room to turn your head around. As you steal from a dying man, love from an outstretched hand, sets no pride but reprieve me. Don't let your goodbye stand. Don't let your goodbye stand. And don't let your goodbye stand. Lose a few more hours with me, the ones I'll gain with you. But your waning footsteps sadly indicate your changing view. As you steal from a dying man, your love from an outstretched hand. If it upsets no prior plan, reprieve me. And don't let your goodbye stand. And don't let your goodbye stand. And don't let your goodbye stand.
All right. Don't let your goodbye stand. Honk the harmonies. It's early in the morning, right?
Oh.
You guys, the harmonies sounded great. Seriously, the harmonies blended so smoothly. It's like
we wouldn't know we don't have these things.
yeah, but it's like you guys haven't left. You haven't left that sort of chemistry that you had back in the 70s.
It's like we haven't gotten any better.
Yeah, I know.
It's incredible.
Isn't that amazing? It was frozen in time.
At
in a
some
way.
point, you just don't want to get worse.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Zero's a good thing.
So I know you're only here for a half hour, and we're only 15 minutes into this, and I want to get
Wait. Excuse me. Can I interrupt?
Yeah.
What drummer from Honk does this resemble?
How many drummers do you have?
Well,
No, the last
About
one.
10 of them. But
All right.
Meeks.
well, Meek, but I thought I looked at Trish.
I was
No,
thinking
I-
Meeks too.
I was thinking Meeks. Yeah.
This isn't about me right now. Let's spend 30 seconds on the breakup. I'm curious. You guys seem to be having a successful career, and then I researched this around 1975 or so. You guys sort of called it quits as a band. Is that? And I'm curious why. I mean, is it
Yeah.
creative differences at that point, or?
Well,
30 seconds is up.
Well, yeah, we should. You know, that's an involved. I mean, it's a simple question, but it's an involved.
I think I have a simple answer.
Okay,
It's probably not the right one. Because what I was trying to say is that
go ahead,
This
Steve.
is
Well,
why.
this is a perfect demonstration of why we broke up. No, but I think we kind of went into this with a real strong idea about how we were going to be very independent with our music and not be influenced by a lot of outside pressures. And I think the spark that made Honk so good was that we really stayed true to that. And then if you want to take that next step into the attaching music and business together, you're going to have to make some kinds of compromises, and we just weren't prepared to make those.
So let's bring this up to kind of contemporary times. First of all, for people who are listening, they can still purchase, download your CDs, your albums off the internet. They're out there.
I think
yeah,
they're
and we're playing it
fine.
live too.
Okay,
Right.
you're playing the Coach House next Friday night, I believe.
Yep.
Right.
And you guys play once a year. You come around roughly once a year for a
twice,
reunion
something
tour.
like
And you play some of the songs that we're playing here today, right?
Of course.
Yep.
Excellent. Is there another song you're ready or prepared to kind of roll into here? I gave you sort of the option.
That we're ready. Let's have Beth do it.
All right, that sounds great.
That'd probably be Buckeye Jim.
Sure.
Should we leave it on a really down note?
Well, we still got about 10 minutes. We're not done. We're just going to play one more and come back into a conversation. And we're going to tune over the radio. We always love
Yes,
this.
okay. Well, this is a Mark Turnbull song.
Title of the song?
He was the fifth
Mark
Honk
Turnbull's
member. Seventh, whatever number we didn't have.
Okay.
Fix a lantern to the moon. Ooh, it's early. Help the Lord build my saloon. Spit the stars in my spittoon. Tell Buckeye Jim I'll be there soon. Well, Buckeye Jim, don't I wanna go? The drinks will pour and the dice will roll. Well, Buckeye Jim, don't I wanna go? I can't fix this earth with a plow or hoe. Fix a lantern in the air. I can't stay here, I must go there. I spoiled earth at the drop of a hat. I said, God damn it, and he did just that. Well, Buckeye Jim, don't I wanna go? The drinks will pour and the dice will roll. We've got trust, don't you know that, Jim? But down here, if it isn't her, it's him. takes a lantern to a tree. Hear the mountains, hear the sea, dancing there most joyfully. A swinging rope and a hanging me. Well, Buckeye Jim, I had to go. The boys won't love and the crops won't grow. Well, Buckeye Jim, I had to go. I just can't reap what they never did sow.
Very nice, very nice. Beautiful song. I remember that song, Beth. I always loved that song. Yeah, that's one of yours, correct?
Nope, Mark Turnbull.
Mark Turnbull, okay. Yeah, beautiful song. So we're limited. We're down to about 5 minutes. I want to kind of figure out and let the listeners know where you're at today and what you've been working on. Steve, you want to just talk briefly about sort of your IMAX work?
Yeah, I really was lucky to continue working with Greg after all these years.
Yeah.
And he went on to become the largest producer of IMAX documentary films. And it's just been a golden opportunity for me to continue to work in my garage and and have somebody get work for me in a way, and it's just afforded me incredible opportunities to work with name artists and learn how to work with an orchestra. And I just got back from Papua New Guinea, where I was recording the local natives and writing with them, and
Oh, wow.
we're going to go down in August, Beth and I, and do more work down there. So, and it's just been a great career for me, learning how to work with all these different styles of music and different musicians all over the world.
You know, interesting. I've never met you before, Steve. You seem like a very humble person. I'm going to throw out a few names, if I may. You did the IMAX movie Dolphins with Sting, Everest with George Harrison. I mean, that's an incredible career.
Yeah, I mean it looks great.
Yeah.
I mean it's like great.
A nice resume, right?
Well, I mean it is. It's like great clothing. You know, it's kind of one of those
Right.
things that people don't know you and they see you and they go, "Wait, guy dresses well." You know, it must be something about him. But
Right.
you know, I'm still in the garage.
And then Beth, you're continuing all these years to perform songs, write songs, create CDs. You also do certain collaborations. You do the Songwriter Showcase downtown Marine Room every Tuesday night.
Right.
Have I got that summed up pretty good? And
Yeah, pretty good.
yeah, and you've never
Raised a
left
couple
me.
of kids, and I never left music. I
Yeah.
was able to continue to work.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. And then Richard, over the years, you've written a number of songs, created some CDs. What are you working on currently? I'm curious.
Well, I play. Until most recently, I play in a band with Steve and Beth's son Nate and Adam Benjamin. But Adam just got a gig, a position at Tulane
Okay.
University, professorship there.
Oh wow.
So he's going to be moving down to New Orleans, and so I don't. Next thing I don't know. I just sit around and work on tunes and practice and stuff.
Richard is being humbled too. You co-wrote with Kenny Loggins "Mr. Knight," the song "Mr. Knight," which was
humble. I was trying to skip over that.
which was from the movie Caddyshack, which is
That's
a great one of the iconic classic golf movies. By the way, Richard, how's your golf game?
Pretty good.
I hear you're pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey, Richard, also, I kind of tracked this down. The Los Angeles Times once wrote that you were one of the finest songwriters Orange County ever sprouted. And so I'm wondering if there's a particular... Well, that was their term, not mine. Sprouted.
Okay, sure.
I'm wondering if there's a song you want to kind of carry us out with, one of your own. If not, I can recommend one.
Well, since we have all of us here, it'd be nice if we could play one that we all know.
Let's do that. What do you want to hear?
Let's play one of our...
Which one?
Play something.
You suggest. We don't have that many,
Yeah, they don't
enough
have
time
that.
for us
Yeah.
to decide.
Oh, well, I mean, whatever you guys...
How about Sidewalk Serenade or something?
Let's do that. No?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know if I remember the damn
Just tell me what key it's in.
words. Delta.
Delta.
Honk. And we're tuning. Love this sound.
Oh, I thought that was the first word of the song.
But tune it right, Richard. Tune it right.
See. face. Hope you see my smiling face. The catcher on your windowsill tells me that you know me still. The wheels, the street beneath my feet, the sounds in the song as sweetly played, my sidewalk serenade. You keep what you feel in store, but what I've seen is awfully pure. Your sword has might and your laughter mends. You've gashed my darkness over and over again. The wheels, the street beneath my feet, the sounds in the song as sweetly played, my sidewalk serenade. It's more to us than meets the eye, more than sun and sea and sky. One day lying in the sun, we'll be warm like everyone, and on that day we'll try the sea, even ones as scared as we. The wheels, the street beneath my feet, the sounds in the song as sweetly played, my sidewalk serenade.
Very nice. You've been listening. You've been listening to Honk. They're playing this next Saturday, May 31st at the Coach House.
Friday,
May 31st at the Coach House.
With the Deaf Brothers.
Okay, great. And be sure to check them out. Thank you all for coming in. Really appreciate your time.